I've been on vacation for like these past few months or so, hence why I haven't been uploading much. And I haven't been on the internet as much, haven't been in any of the forums, so anytime that this PVZ remake came up, I assumed that it was an over-exaggeration because I wasn't looking too far into it. I assumed it was just fake or something. So then when I go on YouTube, yesterday I went on YouTube, and there's a big old trailer for Plants vs. Zombies Replanted. I mean, my heart, it was crazy. Honestly, I never saw this coming myself. So today I just thought that it would be a great time to talk about it. I'm pretty much going to separate this into 4 parts. The first is just general stuff, then the second will be about mainly these 2 modes and talking about like level design and whatnot. The third is going to be focusing on versus mode, because that's going to be the big one, because I care a lot about versus mode. And then the fourth is just going to be how this is going to affect the channel. So anybody who's just now tuning in for that probably won't care too much about that part. So first, just some general thoughts on some of the stuff that's seen here, or in the trailer. First of all, just a general thing. This whole game just generally seems like a sort of mixture of some of the best parts of each of these games. The big thing is, it seems like mainly a remake of the console versions of Plants vs. Zombies. You know, look at the grass over here, and it's hard not to see it. And there is a certain piece of artwork on the Steam page that really, really caught my eye, and it's this. This really catches my eye, because this immediately makes me think that they are going for the whole, like, for the mobile, the just being able to pick every level. This is something that I think is a net positive. Not a big one, but I really like it. A lot of the time, the levels in this game, compared to something like Plants vs. Zombies 2, aren't different enough for me to feel like replaying each level specifically is the biggest deal. But 4-10 in particular is like my favorite level in the game. 4-10 is just so fun, and there's no real easy way to access it without, you know, because the Limbo page version is like, just has sucky plants, you know? So I think that's a nice thing to have, and the console versions, I believe, are superior to the PVZ on the Game of the Year. So I think that's a huge gain, that it's going to basically be the best of all this stuff. And don't worry, we will get to the other stuff lying around over here. Otherwise, the visual options, the skins like this. Not really sure how I feel about this. It's like, it's there. Just the retro pea shooter skin. I feel like the skins could be interesting if they're microtransaction-y. I mean, this whole thing is like $20, hence probably why, you know, if you're looking at, oh, EA just did this greedy EA, boo, worst game ever. I mean, it's $20 for just what most people are gonna buy, because I'm totally getting this. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm so going for it. And so that's an easy way for them to make money. They might see the skins in the same way. The Tree of Wisdom... Oh, sorry, before I finish with skins. EA, PopCap. This game could be the best game ever made under one condition. If you're gonna do skins, give the Snowpea a sunglasses skin. This is vital. It could be Game of the Year 2.0. If you don't do this, everybody will die. This will be the anti-Game of the Year, worst Game of the Year if you don't get a Snowpea with sunglasses. This is vital. You'll cure world hunger, solve cancer, all those things. Just give the Snowpea sunglasses. This is important to me. The last thing is, like, the art concept stuff. This, I have to wonder what they're even doing with this, because I took a look, and it seems like absolutely nobody from, like, the old stuff is gonna be involved. You know, the old creators that left EA after the fact, right? You know, old artists. So I'm not positive what they're gonna be showing. Maybe the really old stuff we never saw, or maybe just stuff for this mode specifically. As much as I'm a little interested about art, though, that's not the big thing that's gotten me thinking on that account. The big thing that I'm thinking about is, what's the music gonna look like if they're not bringing back Laura Shigihara? Like, you know, the way I see it, it doesn't look like she's coming back, so there are 3 options. Option 1, she is, it's a secret or something, and everybody's gonna be happy, there'll be new tracks that she makes, and it's just, everybody will love it. Probably not what's happening, but a man can dream. Option 2, they're not bringing her back, and they're just not gonna add any new tracks. For any of these new modes, there's just gonna be, playing the tracks that are already there. That's probably what they're gonna do. Option 3 is they don't bring her back and they still make new tracks, but somebody else is making them. There's a chance they do that. If they do that, I guarantee you that there are gonna be people who are like, these tracks are so much worse than the old ones. Because, we've grown used to these, and they're really good songs. And it's just not gonna be the same. So odds are they go with option 2 and just don't add any new tracks, which is a little disappointing. But, I mean, they don't work with them anymore. What do you say, right? Now I want to focus on these 2. Starting with the Cloudy Day, because, first of all, Sunlight is Limited is just a bit vague, I think. Cloudy Day mode just seems... Sunlight is Limited. I mean, that's just night, right? If it's you get 50% sun, if sunflowers are unchanged, it's just kind of easier night, So I have to wonder what the thought process is there. Planting becomes a tactical challenge doesn't really make much sense to me, because I thought this was the game. But anyways, I'm more thinking of level design. Because here's the thing. Plants vs. Zombies, the first one, has always been a pretty slow-paced, easy game, especially compared to the second game, and especially compared to the third. They just continued to increase the speed, and partially the difficulty that came with. Now, my question is, are they going to do that with this new update? Honestly, I just don't know which way they're gonna take it with Cloudy Day mode, if they're even gonna add any new plants and zombies, which I doubt. For so many reasons, not the same artists, way too much work, probably a lot of complaining, lack of the balance. I don't know. But either way, I'm more interested in, are they going to make the level design more fast-paced or not? Or more difficult or not? Just for Cloudy Day mode. The Rest in Peace can be a little different, but otherwise, I don't think they should. I think that they should keep the casual appeal, at least for Cloudy Day mode. I feel like they just... especially just considering that this seems to just be sort of a World 6, at least from what I can tell. There's nothing... It looks like it's set up to the Graves in a similar way where it would just be a World 6, compared to Rest in Peace mode, where it seems like it's going to be a toggleable hardcore option. It's really hard to see where it's going to go, but I'm hoping they just stick with a similar difficulty. Because there have been, some PVZ 1 content that's constantly been a bit popular is, those super brutal EX mods that have just kind of been a big thing as of late. I just really don't want them to go that route, or honestly even stray near it. As long as they, just for Cloudy Day mode, I don't want it to be unfair in any way. I want it to still be fun, because that's what this is for. Now, my question for Rest in Peace is, what is this? My thought, just kind of looking at it and what I'm assuming, it could just be that it's the exact same, only it's just you play one level after another, and if you die, you just go back to the start. That could just be it. That honestly could be it. I really, really, really hope they do something more with this. If they do something really interesting with this, make it endless in PVZ 1 or 2, I legitimately think it could be one of the most interesting and fan-favorite modes of this game. Imagine this. You go through, all these levels, and at first the plants are normal, but then they start like randomizing what plants you get. And sometimes, I don't know, maybe your seed slots are limited or something. Like, that would be cool. Like, there are a lot of ways that they could freshen it up. I really want to see something cool happen. And I want, unlike with Cloudy Day, I want some good challenges here. Because, you know, Plants vs. Zombies and challenges, those words really resonate with me, you know? And I really just want to see this be a great mode. I don't want them to do just a crummy job with it or not care too much about it, because I feel like a hardcore, tough mode in what's otherwise a pretty easy game, I think it would be great. I'd love to see it. I think there's potential here. There is also the chance. One thing I thought of when I was just hearing about this is, what if they're just, when you click this switch, that's where the survival modes are hidden. That would be cool. They just moved survival to this. That would actually be cool. Like, you know, you click this, you click day, and that's where survival day is now. Better than the limbo page, I guess, but yeah. Maybe they will bring back limbo page minigames, but I don't know. Oh, one thing I did forget to bring up, since I'm pretty much done with that, my level design thoughts, is minigames. I think that since they're going heavy on the console version of this game, it's going to look a bit more like that, maybe. But I really want them to keep It's Raining Seeds, because that is my favorite minigame in the series, one of the best, I think, generally agreed upon, and it's not in, like, the Xbox version, so I want to see that come back. That's my thought. I want that to come back. And then, oh boy, this is what really got me going. PvP mode is going on Steam. Now, is it local and not online? Yes, that is something that, I mean, it's a thing. It could be online. I don't care. I don't want to, like, look a gift horse in the mouth, because, y'all, it used to be you had two choices. One, what I did, if you've got an Xbox 360 or, you know, any other console, I think it was PlayStation 3 maybe? I'm not sure, but you'd grab one of those consoles and you just play it with your friends that are just happening to lie around in the area. That's what I do. It's the reason that I very rarely could play with anybody besides my dad. It's a good, if it was on more consoles it works, but as far as I could tell it wasn't. Option 2 is you just buy one of those emulators, get Parsec, deal with the lag that's everywhere, and that seems like an actual nightmare to deal with. I've tried to get mods going, and it never works. My brain is not suited for that kind of thing. And the fact that this is just on Steam now makes lives so much easier. Like, Steam Remote Play is a thing. I've done it in, like, several multiplayer-styled games. So there is very little doubt in my mind that you could do this, like, virtually now, with a lot more ease. And that is great, honestly. I love the idea of just being able to, you know, challenge more people. It's way more convenient now, and I love that. Oh, the same as co-op, by the way. Co-op is always a fun little game, you know. I always prefer games that are multiplayer, but, you know, that's about the same. Whereas with PvP, I care a lot about this mode. I am in the works. Like, I've been scripting for once I'm done with the whole PVZ 2 Deathless Challenge, a huge video on, like, you know, ranking all the plants in PVZ versus mode. I care a lot about it. A lot. And I really want to be able to, it's a great way, just the fact that it's a great way to challenge your friends, the way that it makes it on more common platforms, you know? It'll even be on the Switch too. So, I love that. If they do PvP mode, I don't mind if they don't change much. If they keep skins, that's chill. Please, for the love of God, make Doomshroom cost more. Please. If you don't do anything else, Honestly, I like the meta outside of that. But make Doomshroom cost 300. I play with Doomshroom banned because it is the least fun plant. It sucks. Just throwing that out there. I think that would be a legitimately great game. Otherwise, at that point, why even go online? When you go online, the same strat of like Doomshroom, Puffshroom, Squash, and then some attacker just cancels out pretty much anything that the zombies could do. There's no point in online then, because plants win every time. So other than that, I think the balance in this game's okay. That, and then maybe lower the sun cost of Melon Bolt as well, since 3-Peter got that treatment. I'm getting ahead of myself. This is gonna be a future video, but if they make Doomshroom like 250 sun, 300 sun, so just kicked out of the meta, then this is a great versus mode that honestly I could see them making online. As is, I'm just really happy that there's now a convenient way to challenge other people in PVZ versus mode. I'm just glad that's a thing. And it's honestly even above the hardcore mode, the HD, renovations of the artwork or any of this. I am just excited that this becomes so much more convenient. Because it only being on the Xbox 360 and a few other random things was really inconvenient for a lot of people. For my channel in particular, I am almost off of the vacation period. I have had a lovely time, but once I am off of it, my focus is going to be almost entirely on the PVZ2 Deathless run, and obviously that's going to take a long time. I'm currently at the Dark Ages Dragon fight, Zombot fight, and it's rough. Not as rough as the Lost City and Frostbite Caves ones were, but I digress. It's going to take a while. We're getting to it. And then once I'm done with that, and maybe a few filler videos on the side, by that point this game ought to be out, honestly. And then stuff like PVZ Versus and general new stuff with this mode will probably take my focus, because this is big. But obviously, besides just that, besides just Plants vs. Zombies stuff, that's my main focus. But I always just try and, add a few other stuff on there that I'm always in the mood for. The algorithm doesn't like it, but it gives me something to talk about. And that's why I do YouTube anyways, just to talk about stuff, Anyways, that's all my thoughts. I am legitimately really excited for this. I know that there are doubts, there are a few things they wouldn't be able to do amazingly, but Plants vs. Zombies is my favorite video game. And if this is just an upgrade to that, then I think we could say the same for this. I'm very excited for this, honestly. That's it from this video. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe, it'd help a ton. Probably just if you want to see more, replanted content once the game comes out, that would be great. Like I said, I will be back pretty soon. Give it a few weeks and I will work on some light videos, and then the big gun, the Deathless run that I'm sure a lot of y'all are looking forward to, any returning viewers. That's it for now. I'll see you around. Goodbye.